Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gav Major and this is a Let's Play in USS Gearing, the United States legendary tier rental destroyer for now. So soon to be coming to the game in the future. Whether or not that will be with changes is not quite known at the moment. Now this is obviously a tier 7 and legendary game of Domination North, and the enemy team we have a Lightning, Kuznetsov, a Cleveland, Alaska, Bismarck, a Yamato, Gross Kurfürst, and a Conqueror. So 2 radar cruisers and a destroyer with sonar, so that does actually concern me a little bit, you have to be honest. Now a Let's Play is basically where I just play the ship and explain what I'm doing as I'm going along, and in this case I've spawned on the right near the Charlie objective, and I've done my shipping forecast, check what's on the enemy team, and now I'm obviously pushing into the Charlie objective. Now, we have 2 battleships spotted. We have the Conqueror and the Bismarck. Now, there were no divisions on the enemy team. Might as well have one Chancy torpedo out. There's a Kuznetsov. I'm now spotted, so the Lightning's here. Just need to drop off, so I'm going to try and use that lightning smoke screen to get between me and the Conqueror. Once that's done, we can then shoot the lightning from the cover of the lightning smoke screen. And that's an easy start to the game. Brilliant. We've also got some torpedo hits on the Lightning, who's fired them off way off in a really strange direction. Now, it would be partially tempting to pop a smoke screen and maybe see if we can farm some damage off these battleships, maybe get a fire or two. But the problem is, if I pop a smoke screen, I'm going to lose all spotting on those ships. So I think at the moment it's just going to be a case of get the cap and then probably get out of here. So we're going to obviously make sure our ship is pointing away, make sure we're right on the edge of the cap, and then yep, probably start motoring away now. Now, judging by the positioning of our ships and the enemy ships, chances are they might be trying to angle in against let's see, who would they try and angle in against? Maybe they're going to try and angle in against the Conqueror? There we go, get some torpedoes away. Switch our guns to our starboard side. So as you may have been seeing, the torpedoes on the Gearing, they do have a long reload. It's about 1 minute 53 on my build with the torpedo reload module. And they've also got really long range, 16.5 kilometers. Now, with a torpedo speed increase buff I have on my torpedoes, they do 70 knots, which means detect speed of those torpedoes should mean I get nice occasional hits like that. They also do a reasonable amount of damage, approximately 17,000 give or take, which is again quite nice because that means they do hit quite hard. Hard enough to regularly cause flooding is a nice way to put it. Only the most sufficient torpedo bulges seem to actually stop it. I suspect the Kuznetsov's going to be there, so we're just going to see if we can flush the Kuznetsov out the smoke screen. Now I think I'm going to be quite tempted now to actually start laying a smoke screen. So I'm going to start laying a smoke screen, drop it down to quarter speed. Once my speed's gotten to about 15 knots, I should be okay to fire, and I'm just going to start farming this Conqueror. So I'm using the lock gun view just to make sure that I got some general awareness of what's going on around me. Obviously keeping an eye on my smoke screen as it obviously continues. As we get into the last couple of seconds, we're going to start backing up in our smoke screen. fire. Hopefully that wasn't too obvious that we fired our torpedoes away. There goes the Conqueror switching to the Bismarck. Trying to get it to land about amidships in among that thin superstructure of the battleships, because obviously penetrating high explosive hits are obviously going to do more damage, have a better chance of causing flooding. I think the Kuznetsov is having a go at some smoke shooting, which is always quite nice, because when people fire into a smoke it usually gives away their position, especially for battleships. So, that's why I always like it. Keeps them spotted, means I can farm them. Just got to drop it to quarter speed. Again, just the usual stuff. Make sure you keep moving in your smoke screen. It just makes it a bit more difficult for people to actually smoke shoot as well. Still got a minute of this smoke screen. Now obviously we know the Bismarck does actually have sonar, so she is going to be something that we are going to have to just keep aware of. But obviously we want to try and use this smoke screen for as long as we can. Will those torpedoes have predicted her? Oh, she's gone. Okay. So where's the Kuznetsov? So let's yeah, let's poke out. Should be okay to do it. She looks like she's oh. There she is. Okay, so we can start closing in the Kuznetsov, because we know the Kuznetsov doesn't have radar, so all she has is just standard sonar for a cruiser at this tier. So the Gearing, she feels a bit fat in the water sometimes, I have to confess. I don't know whether the rudder shift is quite reasonable, so whether it's the turning circle, she is quite a little, like a little fat destroyer is the best way to put it. Guns wise, she's got 3 of those Atlanta style turrets, which are quite nice. They've got a 6-second reload, or approximately that is the best way to put it, because obviously I'm recording the numbers off the top of my head based on my commander build. Conqueror wants me to get back, not completely sure why. He may be spotted, and it's probably going to be from the Kuznetsov. Let's see, they still have the Alaska alive on the enemy team, plus 3 of their legendary tier battleships, and all their ships are spotted. So this just allows me to keep the Kuznetsov spotted for our Conqueror. Well, I might as well push into the cap. Well, the Kuznetsov has dumped a smoke screen, so we might as well chuck some torps and see if we can flush her out. Another one is that I know the detectability of the Kuznetsov while firing smoke is actually quite poor, so actually it's quite tempting for me to close in and see if I can get her spotted when she fires in smoke. It's a risky manoeuvre, but there we go. I just remember it always being pretty bad, especially from when I reviewed the Kuznetsov. So now I can keep her spotted. It means that hopefully our Conqueror can actually mess him up, and amusingly I can actually probably shoot him without actually giving away my position. Got the cap, and we're going to use our first engine boost of the game to get motoring along. So we've got the Kuznetsov hiding over there. Just going to toot my horn because those torpedoes. Hopefully either drawing, just make sure I'm drawing people's attention to it. Kuznetsov looks like she's backed up right behind the island. Now, a nice one with these 16.5 kilometer torpedoes is that you pretty much can torpedo outside of radar range, which is very, very helpful. You can also use it to well, basically means that a battleship moving away from you isn't safe. That gross surface doesn't have much health left. I was just working out whether or not I could use that gross surface for spotting. We'll put one on the line. You never know. Keeping the connect off spotted as well. I think I've got myself in a nice position where I've got some of their big units spotted. Yeah, we're going forward. Gross surface going backwards. Just keeping an eye on the connects off. Now, amusingly, I'm not located, so that's a good giveaway that the Connect-Soft doesn't have RDF, and because he hasn't got RDF, that means that he doesn't really know I'm actually here. Looks like we're actually going to get some torpedo hits. Getting 2 torpedo hits and 2 floodings. Grosser Kurfürst is now coming round this way. I don't know what he's going to do. Just put them there. So this is the thing, she's very much a gunboat and a torpedo boat, which makes her like an ideal hybrid destroyer almost. Obviously not the perfect hybrid. She doesn't have sonar, which would, well, I think if she had sonar, she'd probably be very OP. But in the hands of a destroyer commander or someone who's very good with destroyers, she is absolutely lethal. Hence why I've been really enjoying her. She really has made legendary tier great again, especially when you consider that most legendary tier games are very battleship heavy, which does mean that it's very much more like an elephant hunt sometimes when you're just simply hunting battleships. Or the other gross occur first. Might as well stick some torpedoes there. So that leads me to believe that the that gross surface is running its sonar. I'm seeing an opportunity where I probably should actually go cap the alpha objective now these 2 gross curvers have gone and pushed in. The connects off at the Charlie objective is nowhere to be seen, which is amusing. He's probably just simply staying alive. I think I predicted that grosser curve-first movements perfectly, with 2 more torpedo hits. And flooding, which is sticking, very nice. That grosser curve-first. I think we'll just stick some more torpedoes there. I think with that gross curve being so fully occupied with the Conqueror, time to probably really wind him up and show my hand a little bit. Konetsov is probably well outside of range. Oh, Konetsov has actually moved into Charlie to cap it. Gonna use our engine boost, get motoring along. Konetsov spotted, but it's one of those things where there's so much range as long as I keep moving, which should be alright. Actually, we're so close to the end of the game, I think we should be alright with this one. It's 5 seconds left, there's no need to win any harder. And there we go. So that's the gearing. Absolutely enjoying her. Definitely the star of the show. If you're a destroyer commander, I would highly recommend her rental if you're nowhere near having the Karabas or the Shimakaze. 168,000 damage. Not the highest I've done in her, but actually quite a reasonable game. 232 hits on target. She's very good with those guns. 7 torpedo hits, which called 6 flooding, so very good high flooding chance. Managed to get myself 2 captures and a defender room. Going to the teams and coming in top of the team, which I'm finding that the gearing does very consistently, especially for myself. And economy wise, obviously, ship service costs 233,000 credits. If you're gonna play Legendary tier, I'd always highly recommend an epic credit booster, which gives you plus 40% credits. And if you can spare it, if you haven't already got a premium account, maybe consider picking up a day's premium, or seeing what day's premium you can get with the campaign and things like that, because obviously having a premium account does make it a bit more viable in regards to how much more credits you earn, so obviously that does help. So all in all, I'm really quite happy with that. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, give it a thumbs up. Enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe, and if you are a subscriber, I'd like to say thank you very much. Down in the description is the commander build and the ship modules used by myself during this Let's Play, along with the email address of the channel if you want to send in any of your own game captures for the community spotlight video, and also the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel on Patreon, as it is a non-monetized channel. Well, until next time, I'm the Galloping Major, and back to the port.